Hey, welcome to the Never Stop channel with your girl, Miss Shari. First, I want to thank those of you who have already subscribed to the channel. Thank you so much for your feedback. Your content is very much appreciated, and I am listening. For those of you that are new to the Never Stop channel, please subscribe, and I hope that you find some content on here today that is meaningful and helpful with you in your life. Now, the Never Stop channel is really about helping individuals get to the next level, persevering through all the BS that comes to us in life, that tries to stop us from accomplishing what we want to accomplish in life. So that's why it's titled Never Stop, because we are never going to stop to go after the things that we want in life, which is love, success, abundance, and all that other stuff that you want to add to it, all right? So today's topic is one of those things that can get in the way of you feeling good about yourself and you going after what you need in this life, and that is having a broken heart. This video is basically titled The 5 Essential Steps to Getting Over a Broken Heart, okay? Because you can talk to people around the world. I don't care if you live in Turkey or Tennessee. Everyone understands broken hearts. Everyone understands heartbreak. All of us have experienced, probably by the time we've been 18 to 19 years old, having a broken heart. So the first thing is understanding that you're not alone. Okay, it may feel like you're not alone. I understand how it is to not feel like eating or be overeating. I understand how it is to not want to leave the house, to be crying all day. If you're going to work, you might be going in the bathroom crying at work. You're not looking like you used to look. You don't feel like you used to feel. You don't have the happy in you that you used to have. And right now you're wondering, is it going to come back to you? What's next in life? Because for some of us who have been very invested in individuals, especially if you have children or you planned a future with them, this is very difficult for you. Imagining a life without this person in your life. So I want you to understand that it is major, sweetie. It is major, baby boy. I understand. We understand. Most of us understand how major this is in your life, okay? So give yourself some grace for the pain that you're going through right now. It's understandable. You're a good person. You have a good heart. You love someone. It's supposed to be painful when you really love someone. That's okay. That means that you got a heart inside you. So give yourself some grace on that, okay? Now during this time, especially in the initial parts of a relationship, you're going to say, should I contact him? I feel like I need to talk to him or her. I need to speak to them. Let me tell you this, and this is not the standard answer that you'll get on this topic. So this is my opinion on this, but this is how it has worked well for me, okay? I know that there's a popular opinion to not have any no contact, and I understand that. And I do believe in no contact, but not really at this point. Because I think a part of honoring the relationship that you were in, especially if you were in it for a long time, is that if you have questions or if you have something that you need to say, I think there is something productive and beneficial in getting that out. Now, if you are the type of person that's able to write it out or do a video to yourself and it feels good just getting it out and you can move on from there without any contact, great, do it. But if you're the type of person that needs to have that last conversation, needs to send that text message, as far as I'm concerned, there's no harm in doing it at this point. The relationship is over. You need to say it. You need to get it out. Go ahead and take that time to write a nice little final message. It needs to be a final message. It can't be the final 15th message. But go ahead and get your little words together, get your thoughts together, get your feelings together so that you can either call this person up and ask if you could have 15 minutes of their time to speak this out, or you can get your words together so that you can come up with a nice text message, all right, so that you can communicate it to them or send an email. Now, I want to tell you this. This is the warning. Now, you want that contact because you want closure, but let me tell you the con, the negative thing that can come from this. You are opening yourself up to more hurt because you don't, if you know, if the person that you are breaking up with or have broken up with is in not a good disposition, and you call them trying to have a productive conversation and they're not in that mind frame, they can say something that can hurt you even more, that can bring you down and make you feel even worse than you already feel. So if you know this person is not really positive, able to be an adult, speak, productively, you may need to stay away from them, or you may need to go ahead and send the text message without having a real verbal conversation with them, okay? Because I need you to understand that you can communicate to them, but it doesn't mean that you're going to get the validation or the response that you want back. So you need to be aware for that, all right? But the first step is take the time, do your crying. There's nothing wrong with crying, all right? There's nothing wrong with mourning someone that you love, because for many of us, it's a death. It's a death of a relationship. And when we lose people by way of death, we grieve them, don't we? We cry for them. So there's nothing wrong with mourning someone, by crying for them, by, do all of that. Spend the few days, but you give yourself, I got 5 days to cry. I got 5 days to sit in this house and be miserable. Give yourself whatever it is, 3 to 5 days max. 3 to 5 days max, y'all. Give yourself that time to honor the relationship, to talk it out, to think it out, to pray it out, to figure it out, to write it out. But that's your first step right there for the first week. Honor the relationship and the time that you put in there by really figuring out what happened in this relationship. Step 2, be prepared to fight the negative self-talk. Right now, after this breakup, your flesh is going to be saying all kinds of things to you. Are you crazy? Oh, this person is about to be with somebody else. You made a big mistake. It's all your fault. Maybe you just need to tolerate the behavior rather than being by yourself. Maybe you could have done something differently to get a different outcome. I mean, right now, you're going to go through a period of questioning everything about yourself, okay? It's very important that you document, and people will tell you, a list of the good things about this relationship or the person and the negative things about the relationship and the person, okay? And oftentimes you're going to see after a breakup that the negatives outweigh the positive, and you're going to need that list to continue to reset yourself, because it's going to come to you in your weakest moments that you made a mistake, that you're about to be by yourself. You're not going to get anyone better. The devil is a lie. Okay, let me tell you that. The devil is a lie. He truly is. Number 1, when we're worrying about if the person is going to be with someone else, oftentimes they've already been with somebody else. So you worrying about something that's happening while you already been with them. You need to remember, you gave this person the best you had, and they still chose to do those things. So what's the point in staying with them right now? You need to fight that self-talk that, or that this is the best you ever going to get. That's a lie. Is the best that you're going to get is someone that's cheating on you, someone that will discard you after everything that you've done for them. That's the best that you can get. What your grandmama used to tell you, you can do bad by yourself. That's a lie as well. And you need to be prepared to fight that self-talk that's going to try to come in your head and have you questioning yourself. You may hear someone say, I need to just swallow my ego and just, accept it for what it is. There's so many other people out here cheating and doing this, which basically means I need to lower my standards. No, that's a lie as well. And you'll be in a situation in these breakups, and you'll get so miserable being by yourself that you'll say, I just need to go ahead and accept this man cheating on me or this woman lying to me instead of being by myself. And let me tell you, when you do that, you're setting yourself up for even worse. For those of us that have done that, because we didn't want to be alone, so we continue to put ourselves in relationship with people that we knew were not good for us, as time continues to go on, it continues to be worse. Believe me, it continues to be worse. So that's a self-talk that you need to be prepared to fight as well in step 2. I understand how hard self-talk, fighting self-talk is. I mean, self-talk, oftentimes that negative self-talk when you first break up, oftentimes is what gets you back into the relationship. Because as hard as you are trying to fight to not get in state, go back to the relationship, that self-talk is just really draining on you day after day, and 24 hours of you being away from this person and fighting not to call them can feel like 24 days. So what do you do to fight that self-talk, that negative self-talk that's trying to push you back into that situation? Number one, you need to find and really actively fight this, okay? So you need to keep yourself lifted and encouraged by some positive music, some positive energy. You have to create that around yourself. For me, I personally love listening to gospel music. Gospel music helps me really find value in myself separate of that person, because it's basically telling me that God loves me exactly who as I am, that he wants the best for me, and that I can lean on his strength. So I, for one, listen to some great gospel songs, and I can definitely recommend some great battle songs, I call them, to help you get through these times. Also, if you need to stay away, let me tell y'all this, you need to stay away from them love songs, though, at this time. All them R&B songs is talking about, please come back to me, but don't leave me. Stay away from these songs right now, because these songs will have you messed up, and they'll have you make a phone call at 5 in the morning that you don't need to be making, okay? So your music, the energy you have around you right now is very important. Stay away from all that love stuff right now, because you're not strong enough for it. You need to be with some battle music. And for me, that's gospel music. I don't know what that is for you. It may be jazz or, something like that, but you need something that's going to help you battle this, okay? Number two, you need to read books. You need to read books that are going to feed your spirit, going to help you grow strong. If it's not a book, you need to go online and read some articles about, how to stay strong, how to heal after a breakup. Continue to listen to messages like this, right? This is going to keep you focused on healing and not going back. And that's what a lot of those books do. I, for one, am a fan of T.D. Jakes' Crushing. It's helped me a lot. And also Priscilla Schreier has a book called Discerning the Voice of God, an awesome book that will help you with step one, which is really, when those red flags were appearing, helping you be a little bit more responsive and more intuitive to those red flags in your life, okay? That I would also add, in terms of helping you battle the self-talk, is to lean into the people around you that do love you unconditionally. Like for me, my child, my beautiful boy. You have to lean into your children who love you unconditionally, that'll give you the hugs, the kisses, the love that you need at this time. Of course, it's not the same love as your significant other, but it is love, and it's pure love, and it's real love, and it's unconditional love, and it's honestly the love that you need to depend on right now. So those are the things that I would suggest that you do, that you must do to accomplish step two, which is fighting the self-talk that's trying to tell you to get back into this dysfunctional, toxic relationship, which is also preventing you from getting to the next level in your life and getting your next blessings. All right, step three, learn to be content with yourself. Okay, y'all hear that? Learn to be content with yourself. You know why? Because a lot of people are going to tell you to go out there, start automatically dating again. This homage, or people saying, you got to get under somebody to get over somebody. That is not true. You may also be compelled to feel like you need to do this because your partner may very well have already moved on with someone, and you see them have a lack of regard for the time and the relationship that you had with them. So it makes you feel like maybe you need to be time enough and go do the same thing. Don't do that, okay? You cannot determine how you move based on how somebody that isn't right is moving. And I actually have a video on my page, I believe it's called Dumped or Discarded and They Don't Care. Please listen to that, because it goes exactly to this area. You don't want to do what they do because number one, you're not them and you don't want to be them. And if you become them, they win because now they've gotten you to change who you truly are. And that's honestly what the devil wants to do. He wants to get you in these horrible relationships so that by the time they are done with you, you are no longer who you used to be. Okay? The way that you are going to win is by taking this time to get back on track, to get content with yourself, not needing their validation, not needing the validation to be in a relationship, but being content with yourself and seeing the beauty in you and the peace and appreciating the peace. See, a lot of times during this time, the peace that we have where our phone's not ringing, we don't have someone in our face all the time, we think we're lonely. And you're not lonely, sweetheart. What you have right now is peace. Some of us were in relationships that we were worrying about someone calling us at night, worrying about what somebody was doing, worrying about what somebody was in their phone. And you know, you can miss that because you've been so used to it. It's you almost addictive. And when you no longer have that in your life, you can think, I'm so lonely, I am so bored. No, it's peace, sweetheart. But when you've been in these relationships for so long, you can't even recognize peace anymore. Peace now is boredom. Peace now you think is loneliness. And all I can say is hold on. Because right now, you're not healed. You're seeing things in a broken way. So your vision is like broken glasses. It's blurry right now, sweetheart. But for those of us that go through these journeys and find ourselves on the other side and become healed, healed people see things differently, okay? So this is what number 3 is all about. You becoming a healed person, you becoming content with yourself so that you can see things differently in order for you to continue to make these steps to never go back to what you came from again. All right, let's go forward. All right, step 4, make peace. Now, this might be the Sagittarius in me because my make peace is not necessarily with the significant other, the ex. My make peace is all about making peace with yourself, you know. A lot of us beat ourselves up for the decisions that we've made, for the places that we found ourselves in, because we will recognize that, yeah, we might have forgave people for certain behavior that later on caught up to us and we realized we should not have forgiven them for. And you might find yourself beating yourself up for the decision and the time that you dedicated and you gave someone. Guess what? Don't do that, okay? Because that's just another trap that the devil wants to have you in. You ain't gonna go to hell for loving somebody. You're not gonna go to hell for trusting somebody, for seeing past somebody's mistakes, for believing something that someone said out their mouth, for being deceived, okay? You can't condemn yourself for that, sweetheart. All you can do is learn from that and understand that it's happened to the best and the brightest there is. The devil is the best counterfeit. He is a master counterfeit, y'all, okay? And a counterfeit is an imitation of something that is of value, an exact imitation of something that is of value. And he's a master counterfeit. So you have to understand that some of these relationships you found yourself in, some of these individuals, unfortunately, had that spirit. And they were master counterfeits. And they presented themselves to someone who was not really suspicious. You're not thinking like that. And you believed what they presented to you. But they were counterfeits, sweetheart. And what you need to really be happy about is the fact that you got another chance. There's some people that are still stuck with their master counterfeit, okay? There's some people that aren't going through a breakup right now. They still in the misery. You right now, you're almost like stuck on a plane, but you on a plane though, okay? You know how it is to be, you know, you're not feeling that good, but you on a plane. At the say, you may not be feeling that good, but you on a plane, which means you ain't feeling that good, but you're going somewhere, okay? Before, you weren't feeling good and you was at home in the bed with no place to go. Now you ain't feeling good, but you're going somewhere because you're moving forward. You're getting out of it. You got out of it. So you need to celebrate that. This is really a reward for you. You think that it's a discard. Like my video said, it's not a discard, sweetheart. You've been rescued, and not everybody gets rescued. Look at the news. Not everybody gets rescued. All right, and number 5. Number 5 is the most important. Love on yourself again, y'all. Love on yourself. Be your best friend. Treat yourself the way you deserve to be treated. Treat yourself the way that person should have treated you. You know, make sure you're smelling good. If you want to, you know, make sure you're eating the foods that you want to eat. Join the gym class that you want to join. Reacquaint with people in your life that you may have disconnected from because you spent so much time in that relationship. Healthy people that are there to support you, that are your family and friends. Reacquaint with them. If you were in a class or you want to take a class, take that class. Focus on your future right now. Focus on your success right now. It's all right now about loving on yourself. It's about celebrating that you just got out of this deep hole and now you are back on foundation and it's time for you to shine again. That's where you at right now. That's what step 5 is all about. Shining, loving on yourself. Hang out with your kids. Don't stay in the house anymore all on the weekends, okay? Don't come home and go in the room. No, cook dinner. Make some cookies, right? Go to the movies. Get on the phone with your friends. Play some music in your house. Yeah, go outside for a walk after work. Live again. Create the life that you want based on just you and the foundation, the things that you have around you. All right, and number 5. Number 5 is the most important. Love on yourself again, y'all. Love on yourself. Be your best friend. Treat yourself the way you deserve to be treated. Treat yourself the way that person should have treated you. You know, make sure you're smelling good. If you want to, you know, make sure you're eating the foods that you want to eat. Join the gym class that you want to join. Reacquaint with people in your life that you may have disconnected from because you spent so much time in that relationship. Healthy people that are there to support you, that are your family and friends. Reacquaint with them. If you were in a class or you want to take a class, take that class. Focus on your future right now. Focus on your success right now. It's all right now about loving on yourself. It's about celebrating that you just got out of this deep hole and now you are back on foundation and it's time for you to shine again. That's where you at right now. That's what step 5 is all about. Shining, loving on yourself. Hang out with your kids. Don't stay in the house anymore all on the weekends, okay? Don't come home and go in the room. No, cook dinner. Make some cookies, right? Go to the movies. Get on the phone with your friends. Play some music in your house. Yeah, go outside for a walk after work. Live again. Create the life that you want based on just you and the foundation, the things that you have around you. You know, take pictures of yourself. For me, one of the things I did, I started focusing on my skin. I had a lot of hyperpigmentation previous to, you know, with the relationship I was in and coming out of it. That was something I really wanted to work on. So yeah, I started spending a lot of time focusing. That was the one thing on my skin because that was something I knew that was going to make me feel good. So do that, you know, focus on something that's going to really, you know, help you feel better. You know, travel. And when I say travel, doesn't mean you got to ball out and fly out. Go to some museums on the weekend. Just get out, do something on the weekends for yourself, you guys. You know, right now it's all about you reacquainting with yourself, reacquainting with the healthy side of who you are, who you were destined to be, y'all. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm giving it all to y'all because it's so important that you really invest in yourselves, that you guys take care of yourselves, right? And ultimately what you really need to just do is making sure that you are focusing on you, yourself, your success, but more importantly, your spirit, okay? And if you do those 3 things, focus on yourself, your success, and your spirit, that's all in step 5. which is just loving on yourself, because guess what? You deserve it. A lot of times we put so much love into other people that we need to be putting in ourselves, y'all. Can't nobody fill the holes that you are walking around with except you. You can't expect anybody, another human being out in this world, to fill the holes that you have to fill within yourself. And you have to do that by focusing on yourself. So many of us, especially young ladies, have been in relationships since we've been 15, 16, 17 years old. I know women that are in their 30s that say that they've not been by themselves since they were teenagers. You know, if that's the case, then when did we find the time to invest in ourselves, to learn about who we are, to build ourselves, right, y'all? So this is your time. Don't take this as a time of mourning. Then maybe that first 2 weeks that might be your time of mourning, but this journey is going to evolve into a time of celebration. And what I will say, in terms of, some people will say, well, how long will this take? It feels like it'll take forever. It can take a while. It can take a while. But guess what? When you get to step 5, you'll never, in your next relationship, find yourself back at step 1, as broken as you were this time. Be blessed, take care of yourself, and I hope you subscribe to the Never Stop with Shari channel.